Hey, what's up? It's your old dog Mike here from another old vlog, and I'm clueless as to what number we're at now. Um, I'm here in a park, City Creek Park at downtown Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, it's a pretty cool town. I like it. I've been walking around and exploring, and it's nice here. There's a lot of nice buildings. Um, Before I jump into where I'm at right now, I'll try and recap some things I've done, because I think the last time I talked I was in Bozeman, Montana, I think. So anyways, after I left Bozeman, Montana, I went to Yellowstone National Park and the Grand Tetons, and oh man, those places right there were just like, Yellowstone really is one of the most magical places I've ever been in my entire life. Like, for real. Like, that shit was otherworldly. All those like the geothermal features from being, situated in the cauldron right above the freaking, like, I'm pretty sure the biggest volcano in the whole planet, which when it erupts will pretty sure kill us all. Maybe not all of us, but it'll be a significant population drop off. It's not funny at all. Okay, so yeah, so the geysers and the hot springs and stuff, and the Mammoth Spring is like that was the first place I went, which is in the north of the park, and oh my god, that was just like, that was wonderful. Like, that, I was like really like, oh my god, like, am I still on Earth right now, or am I on another planet? Like, it was otherworldly, like, my lord. And so then after that, after I went from there, alright, I just had to pause it for a second. But anyways, so yeah, those Mammoth hot springs and just the geysers and the pools in general, like, you gotta go check that out at some point in your life. Like, there's a good reason why that is, I believe, if not the most, maybe like the second most behind Yosemite, popular, most visited national park. And like, yeah, there's reasons why. There's definitely reasons why. And then so when I was done with Yellowstone, I went to the park that is immediately. I was in Yellowstone for a couple of days, which isn't enough time to explore the park, so don't fool yourself on that, but I got to see a good amount. Then I went to the Grand Tetons, and just, my lord, just one of the most impressive mountain ranges I've ever seen in my life. Like, to see it in person, it's really just like, yeah, it's awesome. And so I loved that. Loved Yellowstone. Loved the Tetons. And excuse me if I ever called Yellowstone Yosemite, because I seem to do that. But I'm the one in Wyoming and Idaho and Montana slightly. Though that one, not the one in California, which is also awesome. Should go there too. And yeah, it was a really just ginormous complex of park, basically, in between the Yellowstone, the Rockefeller Parkway, and the Tetons. And so glad I checked those places out. Well worth it. When I was done and traveling south from there, I went to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, the town, which, that ain't no cowboy town anymore. Like, it's very, very just a touristy town. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's nice, but I don't think there's very much culture like of the place left. Because it's like, because what I heard, like, that's cowboy country, and not that long ago there was cowboys on their horses riding down the main strip. Not anymore, so it's okay. Oh, one other thing, the wildlife in Yellowstone. Oh my god. So at Yellowstone I saw buffalo, or a bison, as they're more, that's what they're actually called. I like buffalo better. I think that sounds cooler. Um, saw one of them, then saw a whole entire like herd, and these are wild ones, and like they're big as hell. But oh man, they're cool. So yeah, the buffalo, wild horses, which is like, that's really cool. That's amazing. Never seen wild horses in my life. So just see horses and like, you know, them boys ain't broke like the female ones too, but they ain't broke. They are wild as fuck. And that's sick. Elk, saw some more elk. Bald eagle, saw the first bald eagle of the trip, so that's always a treat. The ravens at Yellowstone, so big, like, oh man, they are big. That was really cool to see. Much bigger than the ones where I'm from, where they're very small in comparison. Some deer, saw some deer of course. Saw a few kinds of birds I never seen. Okay, so then now we could go from Jackson. I stayed in Idaho Falls, which is you know, Idaho, I'm still gonna say, is extremely underrated. The drive from Jackson to Idaho Falls was just beautiful. Like going over the Teton Pass and like just the countryside and the mountains in Idaho again. Oh my God, Idaho is so lovely. So stayed the night in Idaho Falls. Then I made my way down here into Salt Lake from there. I've been here since yesterday. Last night, kind of yesterday, I met this really cool couple. Their names were Julian and Naomi, and they were traveling in a van as well, and they're from California too, so that was cool. Hung out with them at a Starbucks, just chat for a while, you know, swapping stories and stuff, and then we stayed at the same Walmart in Syracuse here. This was a pretty good one, like really quiet and like out of the way and suburban, so if you're a traveler who stays at Walmarts, like that's a good one. And then yeah, and then they let me like hang out with them and like chill in their van, and like they cooked me some top ramen, some like real quality ass van food, you know, like they put an egg in it and a little paprika. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. If you've ever seen this. But either way, you guys are awesome, and we're semi-planning on meeting up again in Arches National Park, and so I do hope that happens again. I hope to see them again. And yeah, Utah's been cool so far. Great Salt Lake is really big. I'm enjoying Salt Lake City. It's a pretty cool place. Yeah, and I'm about to go head off to my spot for the night, which is some place where apparently the paragliders take off, and there's like free Wi-Fi there or something. So we'll see about it. Anyways, having a good time, man, and goddamn, like, life can just be so cool. Alright, peace.